I'm Key, a credit card, points and miles enthusiast and travel lover. On my channel, I discuss the mistakes I've made, my future travel goals, and overall credit journey since 2016. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Tonight, I am so excited. Number one, because it's Friday. Number two, because I am joined by the rewards master, aka Bop, aka this man speaks my credit card language. Okay, so first and foremost, y'all know my name is Key. I have had well over 100 credit cards in my lifetime. I've spent probably upwards of close to 10 million credit card points and miles since 2016. I mostly focus on solo travel. However, there are times that I bring in my friends, my family members, and we do group trips every, I'll say X number of months. And I typically use my points and miles for that. And maybe I get paid back, or perhaps like they'll pay for an excursion, what have you. Bop, I'm not going to ruin your introduction by any means, but here's why I wanted to bring the rewards master on. First and foremost, he has cards that no longer exist. And I love speaking to people that I like to consider OGs. OG has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It is just, we like to bring a perspective that is full encompassing of what you're able to do today, because there are going to be cards right now that we can get that tomorrow, 2 years from now, are no longer able to be signed up for. And we don't want you to miss out on that. So again, we're streaming to his channel. So let me do a quick introduction. My name is Key. I run this YouTube channel called KeyKey Adventures. I travel at least one time per month utilizing my credit card points and miles. And I am so excited to meet all of you, chat with all of you, but more importantly, chat with Bop. Let's go, rewards master. Let's go.
Hey, Key, thank you for having me. This is wonderful. So excited.
Of course. So we're streaming on both channels. We already got some people strolling in here. The chat's already fire. But before we even get going, I would like, and we're going to tell people what we're going to talk about here, but can you give an introduction to your channel, how you got here? How are you the rewards master? Like just all of it.
Sure. Well, my channel is all about just my own journey. I think that's probably true of most of us that are creators in this space. And it really started during COVID. I was watching, I was having to work from home all the time, as everybody was. I live on a little farm in Mississippi. And, I was out on my tractor every day or mowing my 10 acres on my big mower and with my headphones on, my Bose headphones on, noise canceling, and just trying to occupy my mind all the time, right? So I'm listening to YouTube. And I'd already done credit card stuff, but it kind of opened up a whole new world for me. And like I said, I was already doing points and miles all the time, but I thought that person, that perspective, I'm not trying to disrespect, but that doesn't fit everybody, or that person's perspective. No, I don't think that Chase Sapphire Preferred is the end all card for everybody in every situation and the greatest card in the world, because the one in my wallet. And then what really got me, you mentioned about cards that nobody has. I got the City Prestige card like in the last 3 months that they still offered it. And then they just stopped having it. And that was in like 21, I think, something like that. And everybody didn't like that card. I don't know if you remember, but on YouTube, nobody thought it was a good card. And you know why? It doesn't have any travel protections. That was the reason. It's 5X on dining, uncapped.
Here's the thing. Exactly. Here's the thing, like with that card specifically, like it used to have travel protections, but then you got abused, right? So I think it was like something like 3 hours of trip delay and trip cancellation insurance. That is insane, especially for me personally. Living in New England, a normal flight on a normal day is probably delayed 3 hours. Never mind during the winter. So like you can imagine like consultants and just like road warriors, like
you can eventually fly American to make money.
Yeah, exactly. No, just flying because like I got a meeting. Let me head to the airport. Like, you know what I mean? So I think this isn't even part of what we're going to talk about today, but like we have to be in the mindset of let's understand the credit card ecosystem environment today and capitalize on that, because tomorrow it could be an entirely different landscape. So would you rather look in the mirror and be like, dang, like me, I wish I would have got the city,
Prestige.
the city prestige. Thank you. But I didn't. I don't have it. But I do have Ritz-Carlton cards, but I do have some of these other things. So I think, not part of the topic tonight, but thank you for letting me butt in there.
Well, that's kind of what motivated me, I think. And I thought, well, maybe I would have something as a good perspective on this, because I'd done work travel for 20 years and acquired a lot of points, and we traveled a lot. And I used a lot of points, and I had a lot of cards, and I thought maybe I have a perspective that would be helpful to people. And I've always been the guy who, I'm a deal guy. So my wife is just Nona, and we have a little travel channel together where we do hotel reviews and stuff. And Nona, she's always been just embarrassed out of nowhere. Like for instance, restaurant rewards. Hardly anybody talks about that. I talk about it a lot because I get so much value. I mean, one time at TGI Fridays, was right across from where we lived, and my son was playing high school football, and he ate like a freaking horse, and so it's like they had a deal where they gave you points, with their rewards program. So, and then they had this deal where you go in and you get X amount of points. They had unlimited appetizers, and I went in, and rather than just taking the appetizers off, they gave you all the points for all the appetizers, which was $140 worth of appetizers with my boy because he ate 10 plates. And so they gave me all the points. I asked the manager, I'm trying to be an honest man, and I asked the manager, I said, is this right? I mean, because that's enough points for us to come back for free next time.
Wow.
Same thing. He said, well, that's how the system works. We can't do anything about it.
What
So
you
we
gotta
went to Fridays for 6 months for free and got unlimited appetizers. Like,
That's awesome.
Thousands of dollars worth of unlimited appetizers. And my wife is just embarrassed. I mean, to no end. But that's always been who I am. Like we went to the Texas Roadhouse last year at Christmas, and they had this gift card deal where if you buy more gift cards, you get more free gift cards.
Yes,
Really meant for companies. And it tapped out at 50% extra if you bought $2,000. Well, I called the manager over. I said, do these have an expiration date on them? And he said, no. He said, they don't. And I said, so if I buy $2,000 worth of gift cards, I'm getting $3,000 worth of gift cards. He said, yeah. I said, I'll take $2,000.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Yeah.
I said, bring it. And Nona stopped me. No, I'm not eating at Texas Roadhouse every meal for the next 10 years. So I didn't do that deal, but that's the kind of thing. I've always been that way. So I thought I use my cards that way. Maybe that would be a benefit to somebody else. So that's kind of the genesis of my channel.
So cool. Thank you for saying all that. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. We have a couple of things that I want to bring up. I don't want to ignore anybody, and I'm usually like 30 minutes late on chat. So Chris Brown, 8748. Good to see you. It has been a minute since I've seen you in the comments. So good to see you, and so glad you love both of our channels. I did go ahead and drop the Rewards Masters YouTube channel here in the chat. So take a minute, but come on back. Don't forget that. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel and then come right back because you don't want to miss. Here's what we're going to be talking about really quickly. Really, we have two primary questions today. We've both been people that have had multiple cards over the years. So really question one is, and what we're going to talk about is in about 20 minutes, is what's changed from application number 1 to where we're at today. Combined, we're at hundreds. Combined together, we're definitely in the hundreds. So what are some tips? What are some strategies? What would we do differently knowing what we know now is kind of what we're going to talk about there. And then question number 2 is, oops, wrong sheet. Give me one sec. Question number 2 is, we actually utilize our points and miles. So not calling shade on anyone, but want to share with you all, what do we do after we book a trip, right? Before we get to the airport, what is that process? What does that methodology look like to make sure we're set up for success wherever we're going in the world? And I think those are two very different things, right? One credit card thing, one travel thing. So I hope that, it resonates with everyone that's watching here tonight. Did I forget anything?
No, I think that's what we were, at least, who knows if it'll go that way, but that's what we're talking about.
Exactly. And of course, as always, drop any questions that you have in the chat. I'm going to be late. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be late getting to them, but we will be answering all of your questions. So shout out to Bill and Mark who joined your channel membership. Congratulations on that. Do you want to talk about your channel membership just for a moment?
Sure. I have 2 tiers of channel membership. I just started the second. The first is RM Insiders, and it's $2.99 a month. And what it is it basically I do at least once a week. I'm doing a members only video, just my thoughts or concepts or maybe deals that I don't want out there for public consumption, because we all know that I think these card companies have people assigned to watch this stuff, to find out what we do. So I do some of those things, and then I also early release everything. But then I have a higher tier called Spreadsheet Warriors, and we'll get into this in the process stuff. But I was a spreadsheet warrior back when people didn't even think about credit cards with my own personal finances. I've always been that way, and so that is more for folks who have lots of cards and who are really trying to maximize and utilize their spend and all that. That's $19.99 a month, and what I offer with that is I have a live Zoom session, at least one every month, where we can interact kind of face-to-face over Zoom and connect that way. So those are my channel memberships.
Dang, sounds like I need to look into that. That sounds awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Background balloon says fire. I don't know if that means we're on fire. I don't know. Hopefully you're not on fire. But Mike Newland, good to see you. Hello. Chad Money Minutes. What is going on, Chad?
Another guy who walks the walk.
Literally, probably on a plane right now, to be honest.
Probably.
The rewards master is the rewards master for a reason.
So
love that. Love that. Not wrong, though. Not wrong at all. All right. Hello, Key and Rewards Master. Saw your wife's Vegas video on the Cosmo. All right. So that leads me to my first question for everybody in the chat. What has been your latest trip? Drop it in the chat. If it's international, if it's domestic, if it's I did a staycation because it was Valentine's Day, whatever that is, drop it in the chat. And Rewards Master, what was your latest trip? Was it this one to Vegas?
Yeah. A week ago, we do 2 or 3 crazy trips a year. We're at that time in life where we're both very flexible. I call it the golden triangle of life. Life has 3 sides to the triangle, right? You've got resources, money, you've got time, and you've got health. When you're very young, you have a whole lot of health and maybe some time, but you don't have any resources, right? When you're very old, that one side of the triangle is very long. You got resources and you may have lots of time, but you don't have any health. Well, we're in that golden triangle of life where we still have pretty good health. We're late career, so we have good resources, and we have flexible jobs, so we have time. So we're trying to enjoy, our kids are grown, so we're spending time when we're not with our grandkids and our kids, then we're traveling and spending time together. So we do 3 or 4 crazy trips a year and then do 3 or 4 international trips a year. So we, one of those, we just went to Vegas just to review hotels for her Away Again Travels new channel. Cool. She's excitedly trying to be.
So wait. You said you're from Mississippi and you all were like, we're just going to go to Vegas just because.
Yeah. We went to Fort Lauderdale. We just decided, hey, the next 2 days, let's go. And we just go. So, yeah. And so we went to Vegas. We stayed in the Cosmo. We stayed in the Crockfords and doing reviews on those. So, yeah, that was our latest. How about you? What's your latest?
Okay. My latest was Fort Lauderdale. Coincidentally, you just mentioned it. No, I stayed at a Hilton Resort. It was actually quite nice. My channel members will see inside of the room and all that stuff. But I utilized my $200 Hilton Resort credit from 2025 to prepay expenses at that resort. I also used my hotel night certificate. I don't say free night certificate. Hotel night certificate from the Aspire card. And then I also paid 1 night on points. So really just to get out of the snow. We got a lot of snow here and more coming on Sunday. So it was so good to be at 84 degrees, having sand on my feet. It was so good.
We just did Fort Lauderdale similarly in December. And we went to the Conrad, used our, what'd you say? Annual night certificate or whatever.
Yeah, hotel certificate. Yeah.
We used that there. And then we hopped in a rental car and we drove to the Lowe's in Coral Gables, and we stayed a night there on FHR. So we did kind of that. So we were just recently there too. So
very cool. Very cool. We could nerd out about all of this. As you were talking, I've never been to a Lowe's property, have one coming up. So pumped about it. But my next question for you is, how much are you paying in annual fees and how many cards do you have? I'm curious. If you want to say.
I have about, I think between us, because we don't kind of think of it as her cards and my cards. We kind of think about our cards, you know, because I'll even carry cards with her name on them in my wallet and she'll do the same with me. We don't think about that. But between us, probably 40 right now. And the annual fees, I'm kind of embarrassed to say. It's right bumping up at $7,000 a year. So, yeah.
You're talking about Roth IRA money, traditional IRA money. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, and it's high, but the thing is that I'm telling you, I get back. I mean, we went to 104 lounges last year in airport lounges. So just even the lounge return is high, and then we get pretty much probably 90% of our credits back. So I mean, the only card I keep that I really don't know if I get my value from is my American Airlines executive card, because we went in 40 of those lounges last year. So I figure I'm getting my money back.
Yeah, you definitely get your money back.
But I can't get it through the credits on that card. You know, it just doesn't have good enough credits. But that's kind of the only one that's a keeper card for me that I'm not getting back at least what my annual fee is. And I track it. Like I said, we got time. So I track it. So
Wow. Okay.
How about you? What's your annual fees at?
My annual fees are probably right there with you. I think the last time I just did American Express, it was $5,000 just to American Express.
Yeah.
Which is insane, right? Because then we're talking Chase, then we're talking, you know. So I think I'm in the neighborhood with you. But this year, I have do I have 40 active cards? Let me check Travel Freely really quick. I dropped my referral link. I just like to do it. I have 40 active cards right now, according to Travel Freely. My plan is to cut that in half by the end of the year. We're trimming the fat this year. We got to do something about these fees. And I think I've mentioned this before, but what I like to do is when I cancel a credit card, I take that annual fee money and I put it into a brokerage account. I put it into IRA account. So that way I feel like, I don't know, the money's not going to waste. It was something I was going to spend at some point. So that's what I do personally.
Yeah. See, we're kind of at the point where I just take the annual fee money in my budget, and I have a very detailed budget. Always have. I mean, for 35 years, I've had a detailed. I used to be a Dave Ramsey, disciple, right? And I found a way, he hates credit cards, but I found a way to do that. For years, I put my paycheck in cash and put it in envelopes that said dining and said grocery and said, and Nona, when she went to the grocery store, paid out of that envelope. So I still use envelopes. I use digital envelopes on my phone. You can do it with any bank account app. And I have multiple categories. When I get money, I deposit it into those. And when I pull the money out, then every time I spend anything on a card, if it's $1.99, I register it. It goes very fast. It sounds like more tedious than it is, because when it's set up, the program all I have to put it is MC and it says McDonald's, and I just hit yes and put the, so I always know how much is there, right? And so it's a very strict budget that has been very good to my family through the years. And so like annual fees, I just have a separate line item for annual fees. And when I get the credit back, I redeposit it into the annual fee.
Okay.
See what I mean? So I got you. You don't have to actually budget the entire $7,000 of annual fees, because if I'm paying for a hotel, it comes out of my hotel budget or my travel budget, and that just gets, subtracted. But then when I get the credit back, it gets deposited into and this is all made up, right? I mean, it's not real, but it's just a way of tracking. So that's how I do our annual fees. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as I have enough travel money in our budget. It doesn't matter what my annual fees are, because I'm going to be depositing back in.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
A normal person would do this. So if it's confusing, I apologize, but it
is confusing, but so are all these credit cards. So I think that goes to just show like the level of organization. I think that if you're going to be a credit card enthusiast, churner, I don't know the word, right? However you describe yourself, you do have to be organized. I think that is at the foundational level of all of this. So it does sound crazy, but so does having $7,000 in annual fees. So you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
LG, hello, good to see you. Memphis Mike, Hello, all from a tiki bar in Siesta Key, Florida. Is that Florida or is that Mississippi? I don't even know. Or Alabama.
I'm guessing
Okay.
Florida. I ain't never heard of
Okay.
CSP here.
Okay, there used to be a TV show. I'm showing how old I am. Okay. Beach listening to Queen of Cards. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's
You
so
didn't know
kind.
that was your title.
I didn't know, sometimes these people come out with all these acronyms and stuff like that. Very, very nice. Very kind. Dem, waving back. I'm waving right back. Mike from LA. Mike says this should be a weekly segment. Hey, let us know at the end of this. You're going to have to drop a gold bar emoji. That is so nice. We're 20 minutes in. And y'all, 10 minutes from now, we're going to jump into the first question. But if any of y'all have questions, put them right now in the chat. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to speed this thing up. Good evening, Dem. Let's see. Nurican, hello. Calder, Bop, if you're comfortable. What animals do you have on your farm, if any?
Oh, no. Yeah, a cat. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we got about 10 acres. It's a gentleman farmer farm. We have it because we have catfish and bass in our pond. And
cool.
my grandkids like to fish. So yeah, that's what we have. And so basically it's just a big place to ride go-karts and fish and deer hunt and stuff like that. So that's
so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so
we do have a cat.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Hey, Kevin. Good to see you.
See you.
Juan Garcia. Good evening to you, Juan. Also, we have our own hashtag. This is yeah. This is our first time doing a live stream. We already have a hashtag.
So yeah, maybe that'll go viral.
Yeah, winning the game. Drop hashtag KeyBop at the end of this live stream if you want us to do this again. I'm always interested in feedback, so please let us know.
Do it on your channel next time.
We'll do it on both channels. Come on now. Free TGIF. Oh yeah, that was to your story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for 6 months. It was awesome. My wife says that I'm the reason they had to file bankruptcy. So
Texas Roadhouse, so good. I don't think I've had the onion blossom, but I do like all their like sides and of course the rolls. Like everything's so good at Roadhouse. What's like your go-to thing?
No, I mean I don't live in a big community, so like some of the stuff that creators talk about, like built dining program. The nearest built dining restaurant to me is an hour and a half away. Okay. So it's like, I mean, I'm an American Airlines guy. American Airlines dining, I can't go to those restaurants. There are none in my town. There is one Resi restaurant, one. And so thank goodness it's good. I mean, it's really good. So we do eat there. But yeah, I use the United Mileage Plus X app, and I talk about it all the time because it does have all the places in my town. Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, it has all the chain restaurants, Outback and Longhorns. And I don't know why United is the only one that has a deal with restaurants. I don't know why that is. I would love it if American would do that. I mean, I would use that thing to death, but because United's not even my airline, but I have all these United points because I use it at every single one of these restaurants. So yeah, that's what I use all the time.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So it sounds like you're an American person. It sounds like you prefer American Airlines. That the first sentence didn't come out right, but you're also earning United miles. Do you currently have a business platinum or an American Express platinum card? And how do you feel about allegedly your United Travel Bank is no longer a thing?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I got my United. I have a business platinum. I've had, several business platinums, upgrade, downgrade. But my this is strange you bring that up because neither Nona or I, with all of our cards and almost $7,000 in fees, it was $6,100 in fees this morning because today we got our very first American Express personal platinum card today for the first time because I tried to get what's the one that you can have E-Trade now, Morgan Stanley, right? Man, I wanted that bad because I could get that when they open it up to E-Trade. So I was going to get that, but I've been in jail so long with them because I use the cards and get the points and I don't use their cards anymore because I use cards that get me a lot of points in multiplier. So, their cards typically don't, like even gold card. Everybody loves gold card. Well, prestige is better than gold card. So I mean, I don't use the gold card. I just don't use it. And we shop at Walmart. We live in a small community. They're the only place that delivers to our house. So I don't use regular grocery stores. So it's just kind of a unique situation. So yeah, I have a business platinum, and we have an American Express personal platinum as of today. But I got back my United Travel Bank a month ago. I did it early January, got it back. So it was working then. But here's the thing. I think people are forgetting it's not worked before.
Right. For like months at a time.
And then month or 2 months or 3 months at a time before. Because I've been watching the frequent miler guys religiously forever. And I remember them talking about it like 4 years ago. Well, seems like the travel bank is dead.
And it's back. And then it's back. So
I don't think it's probably American Express. This is a hot take, I guess, because everybody's making videos about this.
Let's do it.
I think it's probably United changed their coding a little bit.
Okay.
Rather than American Expresses. I mean, they care. They don't. I don't even know if they care. I think that it's probably on United's end, I would guess, because the only reason it worked in the first place is United coded it a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, human beings aren't seeing those things come across their desk, right? I mean, it's just a computer algorithm. So, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll find there are other little hacks, and we don't have to go into those, but I'll make it work. I mean,
okay.
But I think it'll come back. It has before.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't, like, I think people just need to like not be upset. Like, this was not like you weren't supposed to do this anyway. So like find the next loophole or find the next thing and make that work for your situation. I got people, and I know people because they email me. They'll be like, hey, my travel bank's expiring. What can I do? I live in a no-name United hub. And I'm like, you need to do you can reposition to a place, and you got to get this money spent. Otherwise, like, I don't know, like there's a lot of people that do the travel bank and forget about it's 5 years from the date you do that. Like, so if you don't fly United, you better get in your mind. You better put a calendar reminder, spreadsheets, smoke signal. I don't know what you need to do, but you need to go ahead and get that.
For me, because I put money in there from the Aspire card too. And for me, it's a backup for when I can't find a good flight deal on American or I use up my Delta points because they're not worth very much. So if I have them, I use them. And then no offense, but they, I use them because and I love to fly Delta. Their product is awesome. They're the best of the three. But then if I can't find a good deal with Alaska or with American, then I'll say, do I have any United Travel Bank? And then I'll burn it on a flight, or something. So.
Okay. We have a couple questions, and then like promised, we're going to get into the first question here, but I don't know if this applies to you. But are you team Drake or Kendrick? And do you even know what that means? I can break it down.
If it's not football, then I don't know it.
Okay.
I live in the South, and I'm a college football person. So that's basically the sport that I follow.
So Calder, I'm team I love music. Both of these artists have great music. Both of these artists have a very unique perspective on how they've gained their audience. So I'm a fan of both, and very similar to like Team Travel, Team Cashback, like both. Like, I don't know. So both. I like both.
I don't know who they are. I guess I'm a fan of both too.
All right, let's go.
There we go. I'll give them both a vote.
Okay. How do you feel about this? So you were talking about Texas Roadhouse at, I'm guessing like the holiday time, Christmas, New Year, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, had this offer, and a lot of restaurants do. How do you feel about being able to put that on a welcome offer or a 0% offer versus something like your prestige card? I'm just curious because I know our brains think a little bit differently about this stuff.
I have enough spend that I don't have trouble hitting because I have a lot of reimbursed work spend and other things that I don't have a lot of trouble hitting my welcome offers. So what I typically do is I only use my welcome offer cards for things that are non-category type spend. Okay. But now for me, everything has changed with Bill. So now it'll be I'm going to have to give up 3.6, which is what I'm going to figure I'm getting with my belt card now with the Palladium. So that it's going to be a little bit more painful, but I'll do it. I mean, in other words, non-category spend, pay taxes, stuff like that. I'll use those cards. But if it's dining, it's still going on on the Prestige, or on Friday and Saturday, it's going on the Elite card, so that's what I do. If it's gas, I'm still putting it on my custom cash to get my 5X, because I figure why stress about it because what I'm trying to be now is discipline. My whole life is my credit card journey is all about, the key word is discipline, right? Discipline. I mean, I think you can see that from all the things I do. So I try to be very disciplined about, well, why would I give up when I can still meet the spend and still get the sign up bonus on lower categories? You follow me on that?
I'm with you. Yep.
When I dine, which we do, because Nona likes to eat out, so we dine out a lot, and I use the higher level category. So that's kind of my determination. What am I getting on this? And it used to be, if it was a 2X, because Venture X or whatever, or Business Plus, if it was a 2X, then now I'll forgo that 2X and I'll use my card I'm trying to get a sign up bonus. Now it's going to be giving up 3.6X with my built card. But yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Good to know. I'm in a similar boat to you, where I can typically hit welcome offers without having to do anything crazy, between just homeowners insurance, taxes, both personal taxes, homeowners, home taxes, or life insurance as well, that I don't have to worry about this sort of stuff. So I typically will go with the card that has the highest multiplier, or like where I need points. Like, hey, I'm deficient in Chase Ultimate Rewards points, so I'm going to use something like a Chase Freedom Flex or a Chase Sapphire Preferred for those points. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay. I promised everybody we're about 1 minute late on getting into the first topic. So if you're watching the recording, thank you for dealing with us. We're going to jump into the first question, which is, what's changed from approval number 1 to approval whatever, wherever you are today? It doesn't have to be 100, it doesn't have to be 1,000,000. Maybe it is. But do you remember those feelings that you had, like going through your first application? Was it paper? Was it in person in college? Like, I've heard a whole bunch of stuff like about how different people apply for cards. So do you want to take that?
Yeah. Well, okay. So my journey started, I'm older than you are. So, and I don't know how old you are, but I'm older than you are. So I know that my first application was in 1990, and that was for my first Visa card when I was still in college. And it was a local bank Visa card. There were no rewards. Mm-hmm. Nobody thought about rewards. It's just not what, maybe some people did, but I was just excited to have credit, and I had a $300 limit. That's what I had. And I was happy with it. I was like, a $300 limit. And I remember going out with my buddies, and I slapped down, because I was the only one who had a credit card. I mean, because back then it wasn't, in the years ensuing since, they give credit cards, the Discover It card changed everything. They give credit cards to college kids like they're candy now. They didn't back then. It was hard to get a credit card. And so I got one, and I was really excited. Then it kind of progressed, and then I got a family, and then start raising a family and your responsibility and all that. And I've tried to be disciplined. So I was doing Dave Ramsey before he was in anybody. I mean, nobody knew what he was, but I've just always been about, I'm not going to spend more than I have, so I kind of backed off. I remember I had my oldest credit line is a US bank credit line that we had to use through the years every now and again. And I just kept it open. So it's like 34 years of credit history or something like that. That just has no balance. I mean, there's no fee, and it's still open. I haven't used it in like 17 years or something, but it's still open on my account. So I had that back then. I remember I had an Amex green card when it was truly green, the really green thing.
Yeah.
Then for like 20 years, I didn't use any credit cards. I used cash because I did not want to go in debt. So because I am hyper against debt, except for a house loan. I mean, I don't believe in it for cars. I don't believe in it for anything. So I'm like, save for, delayed gratification is the name of the game with me. So it's always been. So, I remember we bought our first house. Nona was blown away because we didn't have very much money, very little, made 20-something thousand in the 90s, And so we went to buy our first house. She's like, how are we going to afford the down payment? Well, I pulled out an envelope of $25 US savings bonds. I bought one every paycheck for several years.
Wow.
Need to buy a house. And that lady, to this day, I know she curses my name because you had to sit there and write your social security number and your address and sign every single one of them. And it was a stack that thick. But that's just who I've always been. So I didn't want to use credit cards because we couldn't afford it. And I didn't want to go in debt. And I wanted to have a good future for my family and take care of my kids and all that. So then I kind of laid off the credit cards for about 20 years. And then we got older, kids were growing, we were doing better financially. Think all that hard work and discipline had paid off in our life, you know. And then I'm like, well, I like free stuff. And now credit cards are like rewarding, especially for the disciplined person. It's like a Vegas where every time you roll the dice, you win for a disciplined person. I mean, it is. So for me, I'm like, so I went in very hard. And so and like in between there, I was flying a lot for work. So I did get a United card and I was racking up United miles, stuff like that. So I wasn't totally not using cards at all, but I didn't do what I do now until probably maybe 2019 to 2020. And then I shifted it all. And it's been the greatest shift ever because it's been so rewarding. So that's kind of the change from then till now. I mean, if I would have said $7,000 annual fee back then, I mean, I would have ran out of the house. Yeah, I would have beaten myself senseless. I mean, it's been like, this is the dumbest move ever. Because, like I said, I was like a Dave Ramsey. I'm still kind of a Dave Ramsey disciple, and I'd love to have him on my show sometime so that I can debate him about it. I understand most of his people that he talks to don't need credit cards, but he's a little bit disingenuous that it's never beneficial for some people because for the disciplined it is.
I'm telling you this, I like Dave Ramsey as well because I do think the discipline is something that you mentioned before is critical to making sure that your credit card journey, stroll up the mountain, whatever you want to call it, is successful. Because if you are the type that's paying for all of these things via, cash balance transfers, interest rates, all that stuff, I greatly appreciate it. But also I think we need to take a step back and understand, hey, how can we get that discipline? And I think Dave does a great job. And of that, Dave Ramsey does a good job with that, but to the extreme. Like, there's no way I would ever get rid of credit cards. How would I be traveling? No way. Once a month? Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, and like Nona and I, we're at the stage in life, we do budget to travel. I mean, we pay for a lot of our domestic flights and stuff. We could enjoy our lifestyle without credit cards, but at a lower level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? In other words, we could still go on international trips and go in economy and stay at Fairfield Inn. I mean, we could do that. But it's made it so awesome because now we're getting ready to fly to Europe in a few months on Emirates, and we've flown on Etihad to Abu Dhabi, and we've in business class, and we're staying at great places. And that's not because the financial situation's changed, it's because the credit cards have changed it. But it is a game, and they are winning. The card companies are winning with most people.
Big time.
And we have to be honest about it. You and I enjoy the rewards we do on the backs of a lot of, and that makes me sad. I mean, I don't like that, but on the backs of a lot of people who don't understand it, and they're paying a lot of interest, and they're not disciplined about it or whatever. And that's kind of an ethical dilemma for me, but it's like, that's just the nature of the world, I guess. So
completely agree. Okay. I'm going to take a stab at this question, but I'm interested in hearing like where you think maybe I could have changed things up. So similar to you, not in the 1990s because I wasn't alive, but
just rub it in there, Key.
I always have to. I was born in the 90s though. Just not in 1990. I also got my first credit card in college, and here's how it happened. My brother got me my first car, and his now wife at the time, not wife, got me my first car. It was amazing. It did great for a while. And it got to the point where like it was in the shop like every week. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. I play college sports. I'm like, I can't go out to my car and not be able to go to practice because I'm running till basically now for being late. So I went to a car dealership and they had, back in the day, I don't know what car leases are now, but $99 plus title and fees and all that, and you're out the door. $99 a month. And when I got in there, I couldn't qualify for the loan on my own for $99 a month. I couldn't qualify. I was an RA. I had summer internships, so I was making income, and I was able to provide, my W-2 and all that stuff. And I was like, this can't be it. I can't be relying on people to co-sign for me for the rest of my life. Like, what are we about to do here? So luckily, my brother did co-sign for me for that car. But after that, I was like, this is not going to be it. I was like, I got to get credit. And the car dealer salesperson said, hey, you should just get a credit card. Even if you don't use it, it's still going to help you. So that way you're not going to have to rely on your parents, brother, sister-in-law,
good advice,
you name it. And I took that advice, and I rolled right into Capital One online, did my application, had my first credit card, and thought I was like the best thing ever. Like, and that's how it all started. So that was application number one. Obviously, over time, I've just gotten completely obsessed with this, but it goes in hand with having that discipline of setting up automatic payments, maximizing perks and benefits, and honestly, just not exploiting, I hate to use that word, but like maximizing every benefit to get every single dollar out of these cards. And now I've had, is it 110 credit cards? It is 112 credit cards in my lifetime.
Wow.
So
you got me beat.
Many more to come, because I'm not stopping. I'm just slowing down now. But so many things have changed, not only from a obviously college income to now perspective, but just like the way I think about things has changed. Meaning, like, before I was interested in, and I still am, but more so interested in 0% APR cars, because I understood that I could put, back in the day, my auto insurance on my card and get a discount. So I could pay all 12 months and get a discount. So I'll pay like 10 months of that if I paid up front. And then I would just pay my credit card off, divided by 12. So I've always been that person that's like, oh, I get a discount if I pay this all up front. Okay, I'm going to use 0 APR. I'm going to use some of these other types of cards. So that's how I started. Now, I love me some hotel credit cards. I love me some airline cards, and definitely love me some transferable currencies. So that's how it's just evolved over time. But anything to add to that? I don't know.
No, that's a perfect journey. And the discipline that we're talking about, you couldn't have 112 cards in your life if you weren't doing it right, because they wouldn't give you any more cards. I mean, that's the thing, is that the credit report does not lie. And the biggest advice I would give people is have the money before you spend it on a card. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people who even have good cards, who even have good credit, who they're still always behind because, they're waiting for the next paycheck to pay off their credit card. I mean, I think the best plan is to set up a system. And like, my system is crazy. Everybody thinks it is. Everybody in my family thinks it is. But whatever a person does to set up their life, have the money before you spend the money. That way it's just a debit card. That's all it is. And you can't ever get in trouble if you don't spend more money than you already have budgeted. Right. And that's the biggest, to me, that's the biggest key, simple key principle of discipline that'll keep people out of trouble in this, and they'll always be able to pay them off.
Yeah. And right now, I think, is a perfect reflection on how you could maybe you're, the person that's like, all right, I get paid on the 15th, I get paid on the 1st, I get paid on the 30th, whatever that is, I'm gonna pay this off. Right now it's tax time. I try to get as close to $0 as possible, but there are many people, including my parents, what I don't understand, that get tax refunds. I don't understand why people do that, but it is what it is. If you are that person right now, what you can do to try and get ahead, and exactly as the rewards master was saying, do a spending freeze. And I know Dave Ramsey talks about cutting up your cards, putting them in the freezer in a block of ice. You don't need to do that. This is not that. That's crazy talk. Just go on a spending freeze. It's the season of Lent. It's the season of Ramadan. It's the season of a lot of things. Right now, if you can give up spending for a little while, use that tax refund to either put into the envelope system, put into, hey, I'm going to pay these all down to zero, then perhaps you're the type of person that, even though you're setting up automatic payments and having on-time payments, maybe you just go to using one card in your wallet, and every Friday you pay that off. Even though it's not due, just get in that habit. And I think that is a way that you can start to build the discipline, right? I think that's like the key word of today, build that discipline. But any thoughts on that?
No, that's a beautiful, simple way to approach it. I tend to make things overly complex, but the principle is exactly what you said, is basically what we're talking about. Have the money before you spend the money. And then you're never you're never trying to catch up, right? It's just a tool, like any other tool that works for you rather than you're working for them. And because the card companies aren't giving this out because they're charitable. That's why when people have loyalty to stuff, I mean, we said earlier, I fly American. I fly American for one reason. Their status is easier for me to get, and they give me stuff for it. And because their points are very valuable. And my cards earn a lot in those points. But if that changes tomorrow, I'm changing. I mean, I don't have loyalty to anything except, I mean, people I love and care about, but to myself in this game, right? Because those banks aren't going to be there for me if I need them. I mean, right?
Cancel your card in a second. Go ahead and miss a couple of payments.
It is a game of chess. And the question is who's going to win. But they're very good at this game. They're very good at this game. And they want you to buy things that you can't yet quite afford. If you only buy things on cards you already could afford to pay cash for right now. You're good. You're good.
I agree with that. Okay, so that's question one. In, I don't know, a couple minutes, we'll get into question two and why we're here for tonight. But in the chat, want to get everyone involved. We have 100 people here. I don't know if we have 100 likes, but we better have 100 likes. I don't know. No pressure. But I'm going to be tallying these things up on our channel here. We've had 100 people in here for the past 15 or so minutes. But here's what I want. What are the top 3 cards that, or I'll just say top 2 cards right now? If you're going to go out right now, what's card coming out of your wallet? What card is coming out of your Samsung Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, whatever it is? Rewards Master, what are those 2 cards for you?
Well, I only use 3 cards if I'm not working on sign-up bonus now.
All right. Hit us with
I use, City Prestige / Elite if it's City Nights, but that's it. And then custom cash for gas. Have several custom caches. So I have a farm, so I go to Home Depot all the time. So it's like I use another one for that. But then built Palladium card for everything else. And I mean, I figured it out. At max, the more you spend on a built Palladium card, the less you're actually getting in return. I mean, that's the way the math works out. So the sweetest spot is if you spend like 75% of your mortgage and you still have enough built cash to do the points accelerator. And if you can do that, which I think I'll be able to do, then I'm getting 3.6x built points on everything I spend. So, and then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend up to 75% of my mortgage. Then I'm going to put every other, of non-category stuff on whatever I'm trying to work on the bonus for. And then when I'm done with bonuses, then everything else is going on the built card. Because even when it starts to drop, I'm never getting under 2.5, 2.7, no matter how much I spend in a year. So it's just, I know people are hating on that right now, and I get it. Their rollout was terrible. They just seem like a bunch of 8th graders who are just making this up as they go. I get it. But the math is the math. I mean, it maths out for people. Now, for people at the lower end of the spend spectrum, I get it. It hurts what they did. But for people, later on in life, people who maybe have higher budget and spend more money on their cards. I mean, those people, I hear people all the time now saying, well, you don't, you have to put all your spend on this card. Well, what if you have $5,000 a month in spend, or $7,000 or $10,000 a month in spend? No, you don't. You can still utilize built to its maximum and hit all of your sign-up bonuses. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a one size fits all thing. So for me, those are only 3 cards I'm using, because 3x multipliers are meaningless now. I mean, for me, they're meaningless.
Yeah, 5 and above for you, right? Or I guess. Yeah.
I guess if I had the tune, is it the tune? Is that the card that's the 4x with Wells Fargo?
Oh yeah.
All those weird 4x categories.
Oh no, that's the autograph. Yeah, the autograph with hotels and stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Or
no,
the tune?
I'm talking about the weird one that's like gives you 4x on haircuts and dog shampoo and stuff. I mean, stuff like that. The dog shampoo card. But I can't get, Wells Fargo hates me, so I can't get that card. But I guess I would use that. That's a 4x category. That's better. Yep. But basically, it's just 4x's and 5x's are all that matter now. 3x categories are dead. So that's the 3 cards I pull out. That's all I pull out.
Okay. For me, I think I just have the 2. One is the City Premier. I love earning 3x on dining. I love earning 3x on EV charging and just all the stuff I need. And it's just mindless. And then everything else, I kind of go between the Venture X business card, earning 2x on everything, or the Fidelity card, which I say earns 2% plus because I'm putting it right into my brokerage account. So it's earning way more than 2%.
Yeah, because you're getting your interest. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my 2 cards. But recently, and I have to ask you this, I was in Florida, I was in Vegas, I was in a couple other spots. I've been having issues with 1, fraud alerts on Citi, and 2, just like them declining my charges. Have you had that experience, and anything you recommend with Citi on that? All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know because I hear this all the time. I hear 2 things about Citi because I've been a Citi advocate. I mean, Citi. I was Citi when Citi wasn't cool because I was Citi before they had American Airlines. I mean, I was a big fan.
Oh, I definitely was. I got shut down by Citi, and I was okay, I need to slow down.
I've just always loved them, but I always hear 2 things: fraud alerts and customer service. Those are the 2 things everybody complains about. And I try to tell folks, and I don't think people believe me, but I've had the Prestige for years. Now we have the Elite. Those have a different customer service line. Yeah. With Citi, you get a different level of customer service if you have one of their top cards. And it's better than Chase or American Express. They pick up on the second ring.
Ritz does that. Nah, the Ritz card definitely does.
Well, the Ritz card. Okay, yeah. I just got the Ritz card, so I haven't tried that out yet.
Yeah, they pick up. There's no ring.
It's like that, okay? And so that's been my experience. But I can't say what the other, because I've always had those cards. So it's but when it comes to this fraud alert thing, I hear that all the time. We use our Citi cards overseas. I used it in Korea like 100 times, and it just went it through every single time. I mean, no question. So I don't have an answer for you is what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. I've just never had that issue.
Okay. I'll say this. I've never had an issue with the Citi customer service since 2017, since I got my first card with them. I will say when I called today to inquire about this, they didn't have an answer, which is okay. But here's what they did tell me. Someone tried to access my card and they said, hey, do you have a phone number ending in? And they gave like 2 digits of the phone number. And they were like, all right, we're just going to send you new cards because someone's tried to call in or tried to access your account using your phone number. So maybe that's why. And if that's the reason, shout out to the customer service. So I don't know what people are saying. Shout out to that. So they're mailing me cards.
You get your new card in 4 or 5 days, and then you should be good to go.
So I'll report back in. But I was just curious. But I think it's definitely kind of correlated to that. 2 of my favorites. I'm a member of both of your channels and love learning from both of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I'm way behind on the chat. Bianca says latest trip was a few weeks ago, Vegas. So we all were in Vegas. Everybody was in Vegas. Stayed at the W and went to the New Edition concert. I sent my parents to the New Edition concert here in Boston on Sunday. They loved it. Bianca, tell me how good it was because my parents are still talking about it. They're like, we wish we could go again. So I'm glad I got them that for Christmas. They need to go out more. So super glad I got that. How'd you like Vegas? I love Vegas. So yeah, loved it. I love Vegas so much that I might consider getting season tickets to the Las Vegas Aces WNBA team. Like that's how much I love Vegas. So
well, we're not big gamblers, so we don't ever leave sad. So it's like we just, we don't. I'm too frugal for that. So it's like we have a great time with the food and the hotels and the shows and all that. So yeah,
you gotta go. I don't know when restaurant week is, but you should look that up. in Vegas, of course, there's so many celebrity chefs, all that stuff, very fancy restaurants. But during their restaurant week, I thrive. I go to lunch. It's $40. They have the prefix menu where you get an app, entree, and a dessert. Oh man, $40, $50, $60, insane. Because these restaurants are like, it might be $200 a person. You know what I mean? So like, I'm all about restaurant week.
And when Nona hears about that, it is a guarantee.
All right. Hopefully she's out. I don't know where she's at, but hopefully she's not listening. Okay. A lot of people doing some staycations. Love it. I'm so behind. Non-work going to New York in 2 weeks using the edit credit and 4 nights free at the Intercontinental. That's awesome.
Continental.
All right. Okay.
I've never stayed at one. It's on our bucket list though.
I don't think I've stayed in Intercontinental. Kimpton's my go-to with ISG.
They're good.
And then Holiday Inn Express. I love me some Holiday Inn Express too. Headed out tomorrow for our first trip of the big year. Cruise out of LA with a few nights in Long Beach and Santa Monica before and after. Stacy, that sounds amazing. That sounds relaxing. Congrats on that.
That'll be fun.
Okay. I've got health and resources, but more importantly, no financial black holes like kids and sickness. Oh, I should pre-read these. I should pre-read these. Okay. Have you used all your credits on the American Airlines executive card? Like it comes with like Avis. Doesn't it come with like Grubhub or something?
Well, it comes with the most ridiculous, absurd credit in the world, which is the Lyft credit that you got to use 3 times. And on the 4th one, they give you $10.
That's right.
So no, okay. I've never used that, but I do use the Grubhub every month. In fact, I just used it yesterday. And I use the Avis every year. Okay. It's $104. So it's $595. It only gives you back $200 for me. I mean, I suppose if you do enough Lyft rides, it would, but it only gives me $240 back. But I went to 40 American Airlines lounges last year. So, I mean, I figure that makes it worth it. And it does give me a status boost. So,
okay.
And it does give 10X on American Airlines hotels, that's a loyalty point machine. And so if a person's doing American status, it kind of makes it worth it. Okay.
All right. I know not everyone does the airline status thing, but it sounds like you travel enough to make it work. Sendo, what is going on? Real Rewards Guru. I like the name. Hello.
That's almost as good as Stinky Monkey, baby. I don't know if you hear it or not,
but let's see what else we got. Need more annual fees. The Hyatt Premium cards incoming from Random Esports. What do you think about this? Is this a card you think you'd pick up? Just, I know we know nothing about it, but
I probably won't. And the reason I probably won't is I don't think it'll give a top level certificate. If it gave us a category 8 certificate, and if it gave globalist, I'd give them $1,500 a year for it probably. But I just am not gonna chase hotel status because I got too many credits on all those cards to use to chase hotel status. And I don't use hotel points because I've got to use all my credits. So it's like all my points go to airlines unless it's, unless we're getting another Aspire card and we end up with a whole bunch of Hilton points, we'll use them. But I don't ever transfer to hotel programs because I have to spend my cash to get my money back on my cards. So, that's why I don't get people who are all about like, Hyatt, I transfer all my points to Hyatt. Well, how many top level cards do you have? Because man, you got to be staying at a lot of hotel nights if you're getting all those credits back and you're using a lot of, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that doesn't work. That I just don't think Hyatt's going to copy the Hilton Aspire card. I don't think they're going to give you top level status and a big time certificate.
Okay.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully,
what do you think about it? You looking at it?
I am definitely not looking at it. Out of the past, I'll just say 4 years, I've probably stayed at Hyatt's less than 5 times. So like for me, getting a premium card at a hotel chain that I don't stay at makes no sense. And also when I travel for work, Hyatt's aren't there. So like, I don't want to be traveling 20, 30 minutes to go to work when I could just stay at a Hilton or a Marriott or a IHG. You know what I mean? That's just not that's not my thing anymore.
Now, if IHG does a premium card, since their $95 card or whatever, 99, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's like the best one. It's really good.
It's
I
so
mean,
good.
that they might do a really cool card. I mean, they might give you an unlimited uncapped cert, and they might give you what's their ambassador status, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, they might do that, but I just don't think Hyatt will. Hyatt holds that tight.
Okay. Love it. Random Esports says, I use the United Plus app as well. Can you give just like a 35-40 second spiel on what that is for people that don't know?
I have been using it because I was a United flyer for years, and I told you I use my United cards all the time back. I'm not anymore, but I was. And so I saw it advertised on a plane one time, so I downloaded this app. And it is, to me, it's so much better because it's usable anywhere in the nation, not at one restaurant. So like, you go to Built Dining or American Airlines Dining, United Dining, it's like, independent restaurants everywhere, not United Mileage Plus X. And it's got Lowe's, it's got Walmart, it's got gift cards for all these places. And you just put your cards in your United account and then they show up on there. So if my bill, and I do this all the time, I mean, I did it yesterday. You go to Home Depot and your bill is $101.40. Okay, making up a number.
Yep.
You just put in, I want to buy a card, a gift card. You put it in $101.40, hit submit. That's going to do a Face ID, and sometimes it makes you log in. It takes a few seconds, but it sends you back instantly a gift card you just scan, and you just earned extra miles on top of your credit card with United. So very cool. And some of their restaurants are 5X. And then if you have a United credit card, and I just have the Gateway card, you get 25% boost. So that's when awesome. I go to a restaurant that's 5X, so the other day, it's Steak and Shake with a guy from work, and it's Steak and Shake, impressive, but it's 5X. So I got 5X on my Prestige card, and then I got 6.25X more in United miles. So I got 11.25X on that Steak and Shake purchase.
Wow. Okay.
Every day.
I used to do it. Okay. So I don't use United at all in any capacity anymore, except I need to burn down about $400 worth of travel credits from back in the day when I was doing that. But when I used to use United a bit more when I was traveling out of, out of Boston, Chipotle is one of the things that's definitely in the United Mileage X app. Yeah. And like when you go to Chipotle, I feel like most people get the same thing, give or take. So you know how much it's going to cost. So I'll just plug in. All right, it's going to be $12.37. Boom, I'm ready. Like I already know what the cost is going to be.
Yeah,
so I already have my.
I have so many free gift cards. I have hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gift cards in my wallet on there. You know why? Unreal. Built Rent Day. So for the last 3 years, on the first of the month when they were giving 6X on dining,
yep,
I was saying, where are we going to eat this month? And I'd ask Nona, I said, what places you want to eat this month? And she'd say, I don't know. Do we have to go to Texas Roadhouse again? I said, I don't know. So I'd buy an Outback for $50 and I'd buy and I still have a bunch of those. So sometimes if I'm like, we spent too much on money this month, but I want to go out to eat. I said, okay. And I'll hold up the app and say, pick one of the ones that we have still money in the app on, you know what I'm saying? So yep. I think it's an amazing app, and I really wish other airlines would copy it, but they've had it like for 12 years and nobody has. So I guess nobody's going to.
I also wish someone would copy it. Remember their gift card registry from back in the day? I wish somebody did that too, but that ship sailed. Speaking of Stinky Monkey Baby and cool YouTube names, two of my favorite creators. Very cool. Thank you.
I never know if I should call him Stinky or Monkey or Baby, but it's the coolest name ever.
Too funny. I add money from Aspire also and IHG, but IHG Expire also.
Talking about Travel Bank, United Travel Bank. You get $25 every 6 months, but it expires in 6 months.
Yeah, really that's true. I'd let that expire, but that's all right. College football is the best. What's your team? Rewards Master.
Auburn.
Eagles. Tigers. Them Tigers. All right. All right. I like college football, but I recently kind of got into it. I'm a Colorado fan, but only because I don't know. I just think Coach Prime has kind of changed college football a bit, kind of like Johnny Manziel. Like Johnny Manziel changed football, then now this. So that's why I'm a Colorado fan.
I hate to say it, but Nick Saban changed it the most.
Oh man, yeah, the Saban effect. you know how many people went to Alabama, didn't play any sports just because of the football team? I can't even imagine.
My wife and I are both in education and higher education, so we kind of see stats and stuff. Alabama had the most national merit scholars for a while because people at Alabama, because people were going there because they wanted to be involved in the Saban train.
Oopla, yeah.
I don't blame them. Whatever.
Yeah, completely agree. Speaking of
glad he
Bama,
retired though. Man, was I glad.
he's so okay. So him, who else is he up there with? He's up there with what's the kicker's name on college football? They're hilarious. College football game day. Oh my goodness, they crack me up.
Dry.
Yes, but like when he gets going, like when they get him fired up, it's too funny for me. Okay, we got some more questions here. Oh, I'm sorry, Texas Dog. Good to see you, and wow, interesting mix. Bama meets New England. Love it. Hey, listen.
Thank you, Texas Dog.
How we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. Thank you for that. Okay, the question we got from LG. What are your thoughts on the current Delta offers? I normally fly out of CAE or Charlotte. Are the companion passes easy to use? Yeah, I mean, yes, I think the companion passes are easy to use, but it's one time. Out of those airports, like, isn't that an American Airlines hub? So you just have to make sure, like, go to.
Even though I told you that I don't like Delta points, and because they just aren't good, but I like Delta, and I fly out of Memphis a lot, and Memphis, the only club there is the Delta Sky Club, and so I like that. It's awesome, by the way. The Memphis Delta Sky Club never has more than 12 people in it. Ever.
That's so awesome.
That's same with the and it's a full Sky Club with a full buffet and everything. It is awesome. Yeah. But it's I always ask them every time I go in there, are you guys going to close down pretty soon? Or I mean, I'm always worried because they never have more than 12 people in there. But I had the reserve card, and I love the Delta reserve card. It is awesome. It gives you back way more if you use it with all the credits. But the thing that irritates me about them is not every route is available with their companion certificates.
Yep.
And I don't know. It just feels like those routes are more expensive.
Okay.
That's what it feels like. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but when because usually if you do a comparison, American will be one price cash, United will be $15 more or $12 more or whatever. And then Delta will be another $10 or $15 more than that. But it seems like when I run and try to get a companion pass ticket, the same American flight would be $350 for one person. The United will be $384 for one person, and the Delta will be $550. I mean, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but that's been my experience. Y'all tell me, I may be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. That's been my experience with that.
Yeah, maybe I'm a bit spoiled because I fly to 2 airports: Providence, Papa Victor Delta, or Boston, Bravo Oscar Sierra. So with Boston being a Delta hub, so I feel like there's just a lot more.
Yeah, they're competing.
Options, availability, competitive routes. So I don't think that they're overpricing the routes that they fly, especially out of Boston. But maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know.
I think they're a hub for them. It's a hub, right?
It is a hub. Yeah, it is a hub.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They got more. They got to get. Yeah, that you may be right. I mean, that's just, that's just the experience that I've had, but that doesn't mean it's true across the board. So.
And same doesn't mean my experience is right either. So I think it just depends. But I would say don't get the Delta cards if you're only flying one Delta flight per year. Like, unless you're just trying to get the points and cancel, fine. I wouldn't even worry about the companion pass. It's going to be in your account and you can figure it out after the fact. But
but the reserve card has a great hotel credit. It has another hotel credit, but great hotel credit. Has a really good resi credit. It has some other the ride share. I'd put $25 in my Lyft account every month and get that ride share. I would have done 10. You only go back 10, but it just, as far as I know, Lyft money doesn't ever expire. So I just put it in there, and it was a good card. I mean, I really like it. I just don't fly Delta enough to keep it, so I downgraded it.
Okay. I think this was from earlier, but from Charvicio. I agree. The problem is people don't have the income or spend to gain any meaningful points. Okay. Appreciate the perspective.
And for those folks, they should follow the Filmo philosophy. You know, Filmo is always about just new sign-up bonuses. And I think for people who don't have a lot of spend in their budget, then that's a great plan. And don't even worry about multipliers. That doesn't matter. Multipliers only matter if you have a significant amount of spend in this game. That's what I say.
Completely agree. Yep. World Explorer I got $86 back in taxes. I got my adjustments to get all of my monthly, my income monthly. Why wait to the beginning of each year? Completely agree. I'm with you on that. I don't know. People do what they want to do though. So I'm with you.
They like to loan the government their money for no interest.
I have no idea why, but you know, it blows my mind. Texas Dog hit us with another $1.99 super chat. Appreciate it. So we got the
Texas Dog.
Yeah, appreciate that. If anyone else is feeling charitable, you know, appreciate anything that you can donate, or also join the memberships. We both have channel memberships as well, so greatly appreciate that. Dem, Palladium and Summit used most often. Dugras here. Dugras reports. Burning the late night work oil. Okay. But just stopping by to say hi. So good to see you. I'm way behind on these chats. I hope you're still here, Dugras. And if you're driving, tap on that steering wheel for us. Keep your head locked in. Palladium and Atmos Summit. Palladium and City Strata Premier. That's a good mix. That's a good mix.
Combo.
Yeah.
Atmos Summit's a good combo too. That's a good card.
Yeah. Yeah. Autograph and Active Cash. Okay. Wells Fargo mix. Palladium and Strata. Everyone has the Palladium. That's crazy.
Really good.
A live stream on 2 channels at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how she did it, but Key did this.
Hey, listen, if you're trying to get on the list, let me know. We can make it happen. I would love that. I love
I've done something with Dugras before. He's a blast. He's a blast.
So cool. So cool. Dugras, can't wait to see your show tomorrow. Yes, Dugras does every Saturday. Usually around 10 a.m. Eastern. Actually, maybe it's not. Maybe it's 11 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. Check out Dugras. Most consistent, I would say, on the Saturdays.
Very well prepared. I think Texas Dog got it right. He's so well prepared.
Yep. City Strata Elite in the Strata. Boom. Love that. That's a reward crusher right there. Rewards Master. Channeling your inner Barbara Mandrell. She's talking about, you're not old enough for this, but she's saying a song, I was country when country wasn't cool. And that's what I was playing off of when I said I was city when city wasn't cool. So Texas Dog, I'm just glad somebody got that reference. That's awesome. Okay, moving on.
Hey, well, when you were talking about singers earlier, I was totally lost. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Keep us both honest. All right. Any tips on traveling with 3 people from, I'll just say the East Coast, New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, to Italy to get the best redemption? Chase has a Virgin Atlantic 40% transfer bonus now, and I've never used them. I mean, I don't have any tips, but make sure you create a Virgin account, and you can do searches without transferring any points over there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, though, Virgin has, when you sign up for their loyalty account, you get 1,000 Virgin Atlantic miles right off the rip. So if you don't have an account, go ahead and create that and get those free miles. But then just start playing around with
I do my own points evaluations because I just don't agree with because for my circumstance where I basically pay for my low redemption flights with cash and I save my points for business and first class international trips, the numbers are totally different than the 1.8 that like the points guy gives, right? I mean, it's if you're just using them for business and first class. So what reason I'm saying all that is that when I did maybe 6 months ago, I calculated and I did a bunch of random searches, and I found that Virgin Atlantic is hands down the most valuable for that because I mean, you can get a premium economy ticket for 10,000 points to Europe. A premium economy ticket. I mean, and we've flown on that. It's like we'll do premium economy. I mean, and we like it. We should just call it premium because it ain't like economy. I mean, it's good.
Really? I've never flown premium economy before.
10,000 points. I mean, it's better food. You got a big, it's just like US first class, except it's big, nice recliners. It's better food, good service. It's a small little cabin. You got your own flight attendant for just like 24 people or whatever, maybe 36, I don't know, but very small little area, and 10,000 points to Europe.
Can't beat it. Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Virgin is a great choice, but you're going to have to do if you're going to Rome, because we've done that, you've got to stop in. You'll probably have to switch airlines and do like a 9,000 point positioning flight on Air France or BA or something, because basically you're only going to get the good deals to London. So you go to London because they don't have a big route network, but you can get to London for, and sometimes what, 35 or 40,000 points in business class too. And they've got a crazy good business class. Yeah. So yeah, I think Virgin is a great choice. I just transferred a bunch of points over with that 40% transfer bonus, because I don't mind speculatively. Virgin points I don't think expire either, do they? They don't. So I mean, what's it hurt? So that's kind of how I look at it.
You said that the other day in one of your videos, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, because in my world, this is kind of how I do my order of operations. I like to spend down any airline credits that have an expiration date, or like, you know, how you cancel a flight and then you get a voucher. Any of that is number one. Number two is certificates of any type, because those also have an expiration. Number three, then it goes to like, you know, I'll say cash equivalents, right? $300 on the Ritz card, $325 on the Marriott card. And then it's everything else. You talked about that you'll speculatively transfer points over to American, United, Delta. And that's not something that I typically do. So I like to have almost 0 points in airline miles and 0 points in hotel points. And then just when I need it, I'll transfer them over.
With American, with Atmos, and with United, you know, United's kind of a backup because it doesn't usually as good, but it can do this. I do a lot of last minute changes. In fact, like in the fall, Nona and I are going to go on an East Asia trip. I already have 3 or 4 flights booked that I will cancel. I mean, and you can't, because I'm looking for something better. And then, but you have to have a lot of points to do that. But let me tell you how effective it is. When I went to East Asia a few months ago, I started off, a business class ticket was 250,000 points. And then I got one for 149,000 points. And then it got closer in. See, people don't know this because they're always told you got to book way out. And that's true with some programs, but not with others. But with American and with Atmos, it sometimes is cheaper tomorrow than it was 365 days ago. So, but the only way you can do that strategy is you have to have a big pool of points, because you got to buy the new ticket before you cancel the old ticket, or you might cancel the old ticket and then the new ticket's not there.
That's so true. That's so true to an extent. So one of my predictions this year is that folks are going to use things like AI and just some of these more enhanced strategies to help with their travel journey. So I use 2 things. One of them is called SkyKey. I'll drop a referral link down below, but this is so they're checking automatically for you if a points price goes down, if a cash price goes down, and it automatically rebooks you. So to your point, you don't have to have a stash of, you know, 150,000
right away. Yeah,
exactly. Cool. Exactly. So that's what I use to kind of help make sure that I'm not overpaying. And I love when I get an email that says like, hey, they've saved me, you know, $30, $40, $50.
Is it only the exact same flight though? Because the reason I ask is I'll do this with, well, we're flying out of San Francisco, but I found something tomorrow out of Seattle.
Yeah, it's the exact same flight.
See what I mean? But I got it from 250,000 points to 75,000 points to Asia in business class. And I bought that ticket the day before I left. See what I mean? So I know the predominant wisdom is you should never hoard points. But that's for people who don't have, I mean, millions of points. You know what I mean? If you have lots and lots of points, then you can save big time. But it does take effort. And I've had people say, well, yeah, but who wants to spend all that time doing that? I do, because I'm the deal guy. I mean, I've always been that way. I'm the guy who goes and gets free appetizers for 6 months. So it's a, you know, I mean, it's, to me, it's like, I just feel, I mean, it's a dopamine rush to I just got a ticket tomorrow for 75,000 points. That was 250,000 points. So it's It's just whether or not it's fun to you. And this is
like, how often are you checking that? Like, are you checking every day? Like what?
No. Yeah, close in. Within 2 weeks, I check every day. Sometimes twice a day.
I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. I'm not doing that.
I mean,
that's why I rely on the services. That
how long does it take to open the American app and run a search? I mean, it takes 3 minutes. I mean, that's,
or someone can do it automatically for you, and you can just pay a small convenience fee.
I can't argue with that, but it's fun for me. So I mean, I get it. For a lot of people, that wouldn't work. But there is, the whole point is though, is that there is a play that makes a lot of sense to have a lot of points in several places.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
It does. Especially the scenario you mentioned, because the worst thing is for you to cancel a flight and just hope it's going to be bookable again. It might not go back to inventory, y'all. So you definitely want to make sure you book the flight first and then cancel the other one. So to your point, I definitely get that, but I just want to make sure we're clear that you should.
And I've got to say this: you can only do this in programs that have no cancellation fees.
Mm-hmm. Mostly the American ones, like so American, United, Delta, JetBlue, Southwest.
Yeah.
Alaska. Well, Alaska-ish. Maybe you don't care about the 13. Yeah. All right. I'm just saying. Someone.
Yeah, that's true though. They do have a slight cancellation fee.
Okay. Hyatt leak was confirmed fake. Not surprised. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't matter to you or me. We weren't going to get it anyway. So.
Right. Yeah. I'm out. Yeah. I'm reluctantly downgrading my Delta Reserve and Delta Platinum cards. I status matched to AA Gold, and I'm working on AA Platinum. That's the way to do it. You merry-go-round all the way back to Delta, in a couple of years. So
well, you know what? You're not. I mean, I hate to say it, but you're not going to get upgrades on either one. I mean, this is the thing. You fly Delta mostly? Do you fly Delta? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm not meaning to cast shade on Delta system. I've been a Platinum flyer with Delta for several years until just in January. Now I'm not, but I was a Platinum flyer, so I flew with them enough. But it always cracks me up when people are like, well, I get upgrades all the time on Delta. No, you don't. You get moved to Comfort Plus.
Yeah, Comfort Plus is not an
It's not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade. Because on American, it's called Main Cabin Extra, and you get that for free when you book if you have Platinum or above. So that they have pulled the wool over everybody because people are, I'm getting upgrades all the time. No, you're not. But on none of these airlines anymore. I was Platinum with them, Platinum Pro. That's second from the top with both airlines. And the year before that, I was Platinum with United. And I maybe am getting 3 upgrades a year out of 20 or 30 flights. The upgrade, there's too many status people. So you gotta have another reason to want status, right?
Yeah, people are just booking first class now. Like I see people, they're like, I'm gonna pay for the upgrade. Like I'm just gonna pay $300, $500. I'm like, what? Like why? I don't understand it. But
well, I only care about my American status. I get Main Cabin Extra, so I always book row 17, which is 17, which is the exit row. I'm a big guy, tall, 6'3", and I mean I like the leg room. And to me, that seat. And we do poor man's business class. Nona and I, we book seat A and seat C and hope that nobody sits in between us.
Oh, you're one of those.
And we get really nice because most of the time, if they do sit between you, we'll offer them the window and they always take it. So that's just, everybody knows that. We do it.
The other day, I was talking with Sledge about things that annoy me at the airport or in a plane. And it, no offense.
It's okay. I just cast shade on your airline. So, I mean, that's fine.
Book A and C, I tell you, you get one pass by. You get one water bottle pass, and that's it. I won't say anything if you pass something once. But if y'all are trying to talk the whole flight, I'm definitely about to say something like, you want to sit here? Like,
you wouldn't care with us because we would have offered you the aisle or the window.
Okay. All right. Fair.
I mean,
fair. Okay.
We're not sitting together unless that person says, no, I like the middle seat. And we've never seen anybody say that.
That's crazy. So that's straight to jail.
It's just our strategy to try to get nobody to book it. Right. So usually works. We call it poor man's business class.
All right. Love it. I love it. Okay. CJ Junkie. I have spent over $500,000 points. I don't know, whatever. Okay. I allotted 135,000 points money to Hyatt to get Globalist, but I have a 3% fee on top and only stayed 20 nights. Would you keep spending to try to get built platinum status, what would you do? 500K spend?
I mean, that's easy. I mean, if he's saying $500,000, you can get status on everything.
Everything.
I mean, that's a lot of spend.
Everything. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sure.
I mean, based on this though, I would focus on airlines first, and then I would go to hotels, but make sure you pick a hotel that you actually are going to stay at. 20 nights is not enough for me.
You can put 200,000 of that on AA card, even their no annual fee card, and you're executive platinum with American Airlines.
Yeah.
And then you've also got kind of a lot of valuable points in that. I mean, then you could put it's 75K, I think, to be platinum with Bill. Is that right? I might be wrong, but I mean, with that, you still got $250,000 worth of spend left to go. I mean, that kind of spend, you can kill this game and kill the banks if you got that kind of spend, because I mean, if it's natural spend, unless you're forcing it, that's awesome. I wish I had that. That'd be awesome.
Yep. All right. Alabama, roll tide, baby. Christian Z, congrats to your daughter. Was offered a free scholarship because of the National Merit Scholar. So love that. Love to see it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Calder DS. Yes. Pat McAfee and Nick Saban. Hilarious on College Game Day. I love it. I love it so much. Yes. Yeah. If you're a praying person, definitely, Coach Prime is definitely dealing with some stuff. So absolutely appreciate you saying that, Texas Dog.
Yeah.
Confirm fake. Okay. Got it. I've never had any issues using the Delta Companion Passes. Love Memphis Sky Club. I asked them if they are closing too. I asked them if
when I said I asked the club if they're closing, because there's never more than 12 people in there.
Oh, okay. So many celebs are rude. Oh, whoops. I skipped one. I met Coach Prime at a hotel in Mississippi. He was very polite. Very cool.
Cool. In Mississippi, baby.
Gotta love that. Mm-hmm. I lent the government $15,000 for 5 weeks to meet the minimum spending on the. Yeah. Great way to go. Great way to go.
Good reason to do it.
That's the loan that I like to see, not the 365-day loan. Yeah. 2 elite travelers in 1 live stream. Epic. Hey, y'all. Okay. We've been on this thing for an hour and 30 minutes, and we still have 100 people here. Let's go ahead and drop a sunshine emoji if you want us to do this again. I would love to see it, and I would love to see your feedback. Like, is this something you're all enjoying? Is this something like our conversation here? Never scripted. In fact, I gave him 2 bullet points on what we're going to talk about, and we still haven't gotten to the second one yet. So
just talking about the stuff we love.
Yeah, exactly right. Boo on Chase restricting UR point cashback redemptions to their checking accounts. I think isn't it to external checking accounts, or is it to all?
You can only. I think he's saying you can only do it to their checking accounts. They restricted
that makes sense, though, guys.
You can't do. Yeah.
That makes sense. I ain't worried about that.
I've never done a cashback redemption. I don't think so. I mean, I'm just
okay. I have, but not with Chase. I did it with American Express. I had almost 2 million American Express membership rewards points during COVID, just because manufacturer spending, crazy stuff, right? But I cashed them out when I was 1.25 with Charles Schwab, and I was maxing out my IRA. I was like, boom, boom, boom. That's what we're doing. So
that was sweet when Schwab had that. They're 1.1 now, I think, right?
Yeah, 1.1 now. But hey, listen, I maximize things while I have it, and I don't care if it changes after that, because I've gotten it while it's
Chase is changing so rapidly. I mean, but my prediction, everybody's kind of doom and gloom. The golden age is over. It depends. That's why everybody needs to be rooting for Built, because if Built is successful, everything's going to get better for us. We're in the golden age again, because guess what? Everybody's going to let you earn points on mortgages. Everybody at 3x is going to be the new standard. Yep. I mean, it's going to have to be. That's the way that free markets work. So I think that the other banks are going to hold out hoping that Built goes the way of Mesa. And we need to all hope that it doesn't happen, because if it doesn't happen, then we've got a new standard that they have to. Do you agree with that?
I am all about innovation, shaking up the things, and just disruption. And yeah, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's still a startup. So I'm all about it. I'm wishing them much success, but man, it is a bit confusing. The system is confusing. Like the people that aren't us, like all these people that say they got Palladium cards, I'm like, so how y'all gonna spend this built cash? Because you got about $1 per category here.
I mean, I love it, but I understand why people think it's like convoluted, right? Because it's like there's so many options and there's so many. Yeah, it's for a certain kind of person. There's no doubt.
For sure. Okay. The Palladium and the City 5-factor. Yeah, that's crazy.
4 custom cash. Man,
that's
all you need is a Premier and a bunch of custom caches, and you got the setup of setups.
Oh my goodness.
For the win.
Is premium economy like the purple seats on United? I don't know. I don't fly United.
I don't know. I'm colorblind, so that's really a hard question for me. But it's only going to be on international or trans United States flights, so only on the longest ones from like New York to LA or international flights, and it's its own section in the middle. You can't miss it. I mean, it's its own section in the middle. So you're not going to see it on your domestic flights for the most part, but you'll see. I mean, they look like US first class seats, but they have footrests and stuff, a little bit better. But they're not lay flat. They're just big plush, more type of recliners.
Okay.
I have on my channel, I have some reviews. So if people want to see what they look like, we did an Air France one and we did a Virgin Atlantic one. So they can check that out on my channel.
Very cool. Okay. Hybrid Vortex 5692 made it to say hello. Made it to say hello, everyone.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Chad, because he flies so much, he already knew the routes from JFK to whoever was asking before. Provided some recommendations here. If you're driving, tap on the wheel. You're all right. It sounded like y'all just created a new. I have no idea what that means. Oh, AI app. It sounds like y'all just created a new AI app. Oh, when we're talking, yeah. The Incogni Rakuten deal is back up again. 100% built points. I don't know what that is.
I'm a little lost in too.
All right. Cool. Oh, hot take. Delta, Texas dog. Don't tell my nephew. He's a pilot for Delta. The Delta sucks.
Well, that's definitely an opinion.
That's too funny. A lot of couples secretly wish they don't have to sit next to each other.
Some days that might be true with Nona. It's never true with me, but maybe with her.
Thank you for the insight. Oh, you're welcome. Just hit the Palladium sign-up bonus last night. Excited to try this home away from home program. Okay.
It's like FHR.
Oh, okay.
Gives you the $100 property credit, free breakfast, late checkout, all that.
Love it.
It's not as good as FHR, and we're going to use it too. But it's you got to go 2 nights, which it's still not bad, but it's not quite. FHR is awesome because you can pretty much usually find something not much more than $300 stay with, because we don't mind staying 1 night and switching hotels. We like to do hotel reviews, so we like doing that.
I'm with you on that.
We love FHR, but it's similar to that. But it's
especially in Vegas when you got like the Bellagio, the Cosmo, the Aria, it's right next door to each other.
It's the sweetest deal ever.
Yeah. You
got multiple FHR credits. You can just hop around and we were trying to find stuff to spend our dining credit on because we were like, we're not hungry anymore, and we still have more money to spend. Now we got breakfast in the morning for free.
We got a lot of sunshines here. So Ricky, MJ Tastic, Christian, Vincent Pasquale,
awesome.
Key Bop, Tampa Travel, LG, Texas Dog is giving us the sunshine emoji and another super chat. Thank you so much. Juan Garcia, Sci-Fi, S. Berry, Tampa Travel, Key Bop. I'll have to watch it from the beginning. If you're watching the replay, start at about 30 minutes. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff and then we get into the topics about 30 minutes. Nurcan.
The other stuff was fun too, though. It was fun too, though.
Heck yeah. Texas Duck. So I got to ask you, we still have 102 people here and it's Friday night. I love that so much. And you don't understand what that means to me.
But it sounds like we got to do this again. Is that something you'd be open for? I know I asked everybody before I asked you.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And this is I don't know, is that 102 on your channel or my channel or both together? How's that work?
I love that question. Let me see if I can see that.
I don't even know, because my most I've ever had was 107 ever.
Okay, it's both combined. It's both combined.
Okay, yeah, because when I'm looking at mine here, it says 53. So you're about that same number then. Okay,
cool. Key Master is a new hashtag we have. Key Bop and Key Master. We have 2 hashtags already going. I have no idea what Incogni is, but y'all, I'm not gonna be buying stuff just to buy stuff. So that's just not me. I have enough spend in my life that I don't need this kind of vibe. But what about you? You use Rakuten to buy like these like?
I just started. I always used the American Airlines shopping portal because I cared about the loyalty points. But I'm not chasing as much status as I was, because I wasn't getting. I just need platinum. That's all. It's only 75,000 LPs, which is not hard for me to hit. So it just, even with flying, I can get there pretty much. So I'm switching over to Rakuten to get bill points. So yeah, I just started that.
Perfect. Yeah, I just got my first payout as well. Premium economy is like Iceland Air business class.
Yeah, Iceland Air doesn't have a lay down business class. That's what they're talking about.
I was like, I don't know. Okay. I'm already on my second round of Built Palladium accelerator points. Wow.
Oh, I'm not done with my first round yet, but I've got the Built cash saved up. And it's just awesome. I mean, you pay this funny money, this monopoly money that's not even real money, and then your card earns 1x extra on the next 5,000 points. I mean, that makes it a 3x card. That's awesome.
I wish they wouldn't have called it cash, because I think that's confusing, but I'm with you.
They should have called it Built Funny Money. Built Funny Money.
Bonus points. Like, I don't know what else. But yeah. Okay. Christian Z, thank you for this. Thanks. This is the most informative, entertaining crossover I've seen for points and miles. You guys have great synergy. Definitely do this again. Last question. City AA or Built points more valuable?
AA.
Only, okay, are we saying City thank you points transferred to AA, or are we saying just City thank you points?
To me, City points and AA points are kind of the same thing. I mean, I do use my City points for a few other things, but
disrespect our preferred hotels.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried those yet. We're going to, but like I said, I have to use points, and I got too many credits. I got too many credits to use. So, so to me, points go to airlines, and Atmos points are super valuable, and I love them. I love them. I love them. And 6 months ago, I ranked them higher than AA, but I've been comparing prices lately, and the AA prices are better on the whole. Like, for instance, the same flights that they're giving, everybody says, well, they've got an award chart. That's true. And I often fly to the West Coast to see family or to work or whatever. And I'll see some of those flights, and they're 12,500 on Atmos. And I see them sometimes for 9,500 on American. So,
okay, dang.
I think they're right there. But in my opinion, and this would be different for people who are transferring to Hyatt or something. I mean, that's a different deal. But in my opinion, just comparing Atmos and American, which are my primary uses of those, AA is just a little bit better.
Awesome. Okay. I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to say City thank you points. How you transfer them, however you want. But I think there's just a lot of flexibility with those, and normal people can just understand, hey, I can use these on JetBlue. I can use these at Choice, so I'm going to go with that, or American Airlines, right? Of course. But
yeah, they're and their hotel partners are very good with City too.
Great. Fantastic. Quick interruption here. Mike Newland has gifted 10 rewards master memberships. Yeah, go ahead and give a thumbs up emoji if you got one of those 10 rewards master memberships. Mike, that is so generous. Thank you.
I wish YouTube would send Mike Newland one of those YouTube plaques for being the greatest supporter of credit card YouTube, because he is. I mean, he is.
Awesome. He's snap. Mike, another 10 on my channel.
Hey, check that out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mike's
so
generous
channel memberships out here. Give us a thumbs up if you are a recipient of Mike's generosity. Mike, thank you so much. Very, very ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Unreal. Unbelievable. Okay. I don't know if we have any more questions. We're going to give this thing, we're going to end at 45 after here. So a couple more minutes, 6-7 minutes here. I don't want to drag this thing on too much because we got to come back. We got to have something to talk about.
We'll do it again.
So, yeah. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Oh yeah, I forgot. United is a transfer partner of Built. I like with Built that all of their transfer partners are 1-to-1. Like, so there's no like funny math. Like even like I like the 4-to-1, right? Because everyone loves getting or 1-to-4 for City. Thank you to I prefer. But I don't know. I don't know if people like doing math.
Have you stayed in I prefer? Have you stayed in those yet?
Yeah. I have.
Are they nice? Are they like Conrad nice, or are they, what are they like?
I'm not a Hilton person, so I don't know. Don't know. They're definitely
nice. Are they like that?
I would say they're smaller boutiques, so it's not like an Intercontinental where there's 300 rooms. There's you know what I mean? Like it's a much more intimate type of vibe there. So at least the ones I've stayed at. But we'll see.
But Chavicio's right that United does have some sweet spots. They do.
Yeah. I'm seeing nonstops to Anchorage from my home airport. Hard to pass up. I've never been to Alaska. That sounds awesome.
Nona really wants to go to Alaska.
That sounds awesome.
She said the other day, why don't we go to Alaska? I said, because it's really cold right now.
Sci-fi fan. This was fun, a lot of fun and informative. Glad to see this live stream. I love both channels. This is amazing. Okay. Mike Newland has a question and we're just going to jump to it. What happens after you complete the 5 points accelerators? Does it weaken the card? And this is the Built card, right?
That's what he's talking about. Yes, but it just makes it the equal of every other card. Venture X is 2X with less valuable. And I like the Venture X. I'm not downing on it, but it's 2X of a less valuable currency. So it weakens it from what its high is, but it doesn't weaken it compared to its competitors, in my opinion.
Okay. I am not going to answer because I don't have the Built card and people come at me when I don't have cards because I've had them all. And when I say something about a card that they have, they don't like that. So
every creator talks about cards they don't have. I mean,
But like when you've had 100, people are like, your opinion matters. So I try not to.
Well, I think your opinion matters. So yeah.
I try not to do it. I don't know. I'm not going to answer it. I have no idea. They have a lot.
You see what I'm saying though? It's 2X. It's 2X anyway.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you. It's just like every other card. Okay. We got 3 minutes. Anything that you want to say as we kind of wrap up here tonight? I don't think we have any more questions, but would love any final thoughts you have.
I just want to say how much I don't have on my feed all the different things people have given and done, and I usually go through that at the end. But I just want to thank everybody. This has been such a fun journey for me. I'm not a professional YouTuber, never will be, because I know a lot of people don't like their job and they can't wait to retire. I love what I do, and I do several things, and I just love my life, and I love credit cards, and I appreciate all of you so much for just being so supportive. It's, you get online and you feel like there's a lot of negativity and there's all the, what do they call them, trolls? I don't know where we came up with that term, trolls, but I just don't see a lot of that in this community. And I just think the community is awesome. And so that's what I thought. And I would like to thank you too. This has been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say the same thing. I greatly appreciate your time. I know I had to reschedule this a couple of times with some travel, but greatly appreciate your patience. Greatly appreciate you like coming on here. Cause like I said, I give 2 bullet points and we're just going to wing this thing. Like, so this is not rehearsed by any means. It's just, we're just off the cuff here. And I really value people that can do that because it's not a skill everyone has. But also, like, you just speak from your experience, and that truly means a lot to me personally. So, thank you for everything.
Thank you. And someday, I might have had 112 cards, maybe.
And then by then, I'll have 212.
Okay. I know. I'll never catch you. Like my dad always says, well, you're getting older, but you're never going to catch me. I'm never going to catch Key.
Touche. It's no competition though. In reality, you get the cards that truly matter to you, and that's all that matters. Bill Wright, 2176, became a member on your channel. Mark Core. Okay, I'm going to murder that. So I don't know. Mark, shout out to you for becoming a channel member on the Rewards Master channel as well. Texas Dog, 199 super chat. Thank you. Another 199 super chat. MJ Tastic, 499 super chat. So glad you got to catch us live as well. For those of you that are watching the replay, go ahead and use the comments in our channels. We both reply to all of the commentary. So go ahead and just leave some questions. Leave something that we didn't talk about in the comments down below. Texas Dog tripled it up with another 199 super chat. Mike Newland, gifted 10 memberships to your channel. Also gifted 10 memberships to my channel. Texas Dog, a quadfecta of a quadfecta of 199.
That's gotta be a live stream record. I mean, that is awesome.
Absolutely love it. All right, y'all. We're gonna call it a day. One last thing. I hope to meet you in person, and I know we will, in Charleston, South Carolina. That is how we're going to end this video, because there is a creator meetup. So I'm going to roll a quick video explaining exactly everything you need to know. And remember, when you get to Charleston, South Carolina, you know what we look like. We don't know what you look like. So please don't be shy. Come on up and talk with us.
And introduce yourself by your name, but then say, I'm Texas Dog, or I'm Stinky Monkey Baby, or whatever. So
exactly. Exactly. All right, y'all. Be safe. Stay warm if you're in New England, where we're about to get more snow. And shout out to you, Bop. Really appreciate you joining tonight.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Key. Had a great time.
All right. Bye for now. Hold up. Before you leave this video, I would like to personally invite you to the 2026 Credit Card Community Meetup in Charleston, South Carolina. This year, it is all been arranged by the one, the only Anthony Venture. And be sure to subscribe to his channel if you aren't right now. Ultimately, this is where all of us creators, all of us folks that are in the comments watching these, credit card, personal finance type videos that each of the creators like to put out. This is a chance to meet us. This is a chance to chat in person, share some inside tips, tricks, and ultimately just hang out. This year, we are going to be in Charleston, South Carolina at a Hyatt property called the Wild Dunes. Look at this video, y'all. This looks absolutely amazing. Now, we will be staying from Labor Day weekend in 2026. So I'll just walk through the process with you just so you can see the dates and everything like that. But ultimately, I'm personally staying September 4th through the 7th of 2026. The actual the actual credit card meetup will actually be held on September 5th. So don't wait until the last minute. Definitely go ahead and book this now. And if you can't make it, go ahead. You're going to get all of your Hyatt points back as long as you book and cancel well before this date. So let me just show you the property that we're staying at, and ultimately that it costs 20,000 Hyatt points per night, and you're saving almost $700 per night. So 80,000 Hyatt points. These can be transferred from Built. These can be transferred from Chase, Ultimate Rewards, and ultimately, what are you waiting for? I would love to meet you in person, and I'm sure all of the creators that you like to watch on YouTube